I think really it's about having the right people around you and sticking authentic to who you are as a founder and also to the company that you're building.
In part one of my conversation with Chelsie, she talked about her company, Shipsi, which gives any retailer the delivery power of a large online behemoth like Amazon. In this second part of our conversation, Chelsie discusses the resources she drew from to help get Shipsi off the ground, how she's positioning her company for a post-pandemic world, and why she believes funding through venture capital may have been a mistake. From the beginning, you said you got connected with your co-founder, you had this technology, and you began this journey. Did you have the business model figured out right from the beginning? How did that evolve?
Trial by fire. All I can say. Trial by fire.
I like that. If you had to share one hurdle that you had to overcome in the past 3 years that another entrepreneur or leader could learn from, what would you share?
Just one.
Just cherry picking one. I'm sure there's countless, numerous. And it may be just that journey of how do you go from nothing to your first customer and be able to then scale from there.
Lean on mentors is a big one. I think failing fast is a pretty cliche one that you can say, and you can take or leave any of these for the write-up, but failing fast is a really important one. Really making sure that you have your ducks in a row before going to market or before trying to raise capital. Do it right from the beginning is another really big one. I think really it's about having the right people around you and sticking authentic to who you are as a founder and also to the company that you're building. It's really confusing when a mentor or an investor or your co-founder is telling you, we should go north, we should go north. No. And then the next one you talk to says, we should go south. More times than not, if I would have stuck with my gut from the beginning in a lot of those conversations, it's really important to get that feedback. But there are countless situations, whether it's on product modifications or it's on investment or it's on hiring. Stick to your gut and be authentic to who you are and the kind of company that you want to build, and have the right people around you in every capacity, the team, the support, all of it.
If there you have, it's the dichotomy of having lots of support and mentors around you to give advice, but to stick with the gut that you know of the future direction you're trying to get to. Balancing that in your head.
It is certainly an art and a science, to say the least. There's a better line for that, but for now I'll say it's an art and a science and a challenge and something you only go through. That's why when we get old, we get so wise, right? You only learn from some of these experiences.
If you were to start this over again, the past 3 years, to start the company again, is there something you would change or do slightly different to either do things faster or more efficiently, or just you do it differently?
I would have sold my way out of it instead of raising venture capital.
Okay. Why do you say that?
If you have the right product at the right time and there's a big problem that you're solving and you can actually do it, it's easier to post-date contracts with potential customers, and it will only put you in a position to learn faster. That's what it's really about. If I would have post-dated a contract and got some, maybe upfront working capital from a customer, I could have built faster. I could have had them testing faster. I would have been in a better position to raise capital because I would have had those use cases. I could have made product modifications sooner because I would have just had them. It's a balance of getting your ducks in a row and doing things right from the beginning, but also start learning as quickly as possible so that you don't end up wasting money on part of a product that you don't end up using or that someone doesn't need, or doing a crazy customization.
Working with your clients, getting their contracts of a problem that actually needs solving and using that revenue and that money to build it versus just getting funds and then building something. That
Go solve a big problem, execute on it, and the rest will follow. Have your customers have enormous success, and everything else will follow. The revenue will follow, and building a great team around you.
looking forward now, what hurdles do you see in your way of accomplishing your kind of next steps and your next goals, particularly maybe in light of the current economic situation?
There is so much uncertainty for everyone, and we are taking every precaution that we possibly can, from cutting budget to, getting early users on some of these new products so that we can learn and grow. I think that the biggest hurdle that I see for us over the next year is really about making sure that we are positioned perfectly on the other side of this, to just completely blow everything out of the water. This current environment I see as fuel to the fire of what our business looks like long term. It is setting a different consumer expectation. It is forcing retailers to move up these projects like curbside or delivery. It is absolutely a catalyst for our business. It's just making sure that we're making the right decisions and taking the right steps in the meantime to put ourselves in a really, really strong position on the other side of this.
How are you continually to innovate? Where do you look for new ideas and new thoughts? Do you have any current books or podcasts or articles that you're reading or and gaining insight?
Mm-hmm. I find that connecting with people that I previously worked with, one of the most helpful things, or it's an old customer. I mean, that's really where a lot of the key learnings come from, even for my team, to utilize them as resources. I have old clients that I just sent a note to that said, I'm considering rolling out this widget or that one. Which one do you think would be more valuable for X retailer business? Like, they're the experts in it, right? So I tend to lean on the people who are experts in those fields more than anything. They know it far better. Why would I pretend like I know the answer or try and, be smarter, faster than them when they do it every day? That is one. And there is, I also read for 10 minutes every night. And it's just kind of a habit that I think I developed in college. So I'll send you a note after this on a couple of my favorites, but
Great. 10 minutes every night. Now that's a good routine.
10 minutes every night. Yeah. Simon Sinek and the Golden Circle, or Why, is something I lean heavily on, I think, in a lot of ways. And I just started a new one a couple of days ago that I'll send you the name of it. I can't even recall it offhand.
That's okay. You can send it to me later, but I love that concept.
Yeah.
10 minutes a day. So
And a cup of tea.
And a cup of tea. I love it. So close out with this last question. What kind of tech innovation do you predict we will see in the near term and the long term? So in the near term, like the next year or so, and then long term, 10 years.
Near term, I think it's about how do we use our resources in the right way? We are so wasteful. I think in the next year, there's going to be a lot of sustainable type products or technology developments, or how do we recycle resources that we already have? I think there's going to be a lot in there. And then also on the retail side, there's going to be a lot of things around inventory and overstocking inventory. I even think that there's going to be a lot of new technology startups in the next year that are trying to solve for this new massive inventory problem that retailers are facing. So that's kind of in that landscape. And long term, I think about Shipsi and I think about our business, and I fundamentally believe that all products will be on demand and that things will be automated and it'll be more of a replenishment. If there is something that I can eliminate or automate or delegate, I tend to ask myself some of those key questions. And I think we'll continue as a society to simplify things, because I think that people are shifting back to really enjoying convenience and simplicity and really valuing life more in a different lens than we have.
Have you seen a company using AI, machine learning, or other technology to transform the way we live, work, and do business? Go to uptechreport.com and let us know.